Well, I thought our guys played pretty well. I think it's the best we've played so far in terms of team play. We had a lot of guys contribute, which was nice, and a lot of guys got in to pitch. So, we're pleased with it. There's still a lot we have to work on.
And then looking ahead, conference games coming up this weekend with Regis. What do you know about them?
Well, Regis has a lot of kids back from last year's club, positionally at least, and on the mound. So I would say overall they've got good experience. They're well coached. They're going to be at home, and we expect it to be a good test.
Questions?
And more cold, right?
It looks like it.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly.
Yeah, imagine that.
Shocker, huh?
Yeah.
Going into conference, I know you've had a lot of games now to see a lot of guys. You kind of feel comfortable knowing this is my core group, especially on the mound with so many guys who can pitch.
Yeah, I think we've got a core group, but I think there's still some guys that can be part of that haven't been given enough opportunity. Garrett Tisdall on the mound, we just haven't found the innings for him yet. I think he could get action this weekend. He's a guy that we think could contribute, and there's some others. But I think for the most part, we're getting closer to a good idea. We've had some guys that have been pretty much mainstays in the lineup since we started. Some guys in and out, but we're getting more information every day. We're getting closer.
Garrett, you've been here a couple of times before, but not in this uniform.
Yep.
Was that a big part of deciding to come back here? Is the success you had across the street?
Yeah, it was. I loved the city when I was here the last 2 times, and it's a good program to be a part of. And when I had a chance to come here, I called Hanks and I asked him if I could join it. So I'm glad I did.
You're just kind of comfortable on that mound, even though it looks
Yes. It was a weird perspective from the other side. Just a regular game with a different uniform, not the World Series, but it felt pretty comfortable. It was good.
The outing a couple weeks ago, just one of those games that anything you could throw was working?
Yeah, definitely. Man, in that game, you don't think about it till the very end, but everything was working, and what helped me is just get ahead very early, so you could throw whatever you want then, so that helped me a lot.
It's a pretty good one-year pickup, huh?
Yeah, you bet. Absolutely.
Kind of a no-brainer when, you can show up.
Yeah, we knew a little bit about Garrett, and of course we got good information from Dave Burrows on him. I called Dave and said, "Tell me about this Hudson kid," and so that was knowing Dave as long as I've known Dave and all the trips they've made to the World Series. He's coached a lot of good players, and he told me take him, and I said, "Do we need to see him pitch?" He goes, "Nope, take him." And he'll fight for you, and he's a good pitcher and good kid and all that stuff. So, when you have guys and trust, they don't want to burn you. You get good information, and you have a little an idea that you know a kid a little bit before he ever arrives.
Is Dave Burrows as goofy as we all think he is?
Just a little bit. He's a little different, when he's by himself, just with the team, but he's a great guy. I love him.
2 different teams make it to 2 World Series. Are you thinking, hey, this needs to continue?
Yes, definitely. That would be great. I would love it. That's what we're looking forward to. Hopefully we can make it.
Coach, we're through the non-conference schedule. What have you learned about this team heading into conference play, and what are some areas that probably need some work as you get into conference play here?
Well, I think this is going to be a team that I believe they're going to be very offensive. I wouldn't classify us as highly offensive yet. We really haven't put everything together in any one day or weekend. The pieces are there. We're still tinkering with some guys, trying to get their minds right and their swings just right. And, still trying to figure out maybe exactly where everybody goes in the batting order, that, where they complement one another. But I think they'll be offensive. And I think we're going to probably get better each week in that area from here on out. And then on the mound, we have a lot of options. We have a lot of kids that can pitch. And so, one of our aims early on has been not to wear anybody out. We've brought guys along slowly. And, we want to win games but have a fresh pitching staff at the very end.
You feel like you have that depth there at the pitching position?
Absolutely. And in fact, there's some guys that haven't pitched yet that, we feel kind of bad because, we're looking for innings. And then there's that balance of, just getting it done, winning games, getting guys' feet wet. We have a couple, 2 or 3 really good freshmen that haven't thrown yet. We took them, a couple of them on their first trip this weekend to St. George. Try to dip their toes that way, get them on a trip. We really didn't have any plans on pitching them there, but we wanted to get them with the team, and then we'll grow off of that.
Been any surprises on guys going, wow, we thought he was gonna be okay, but he's really kind of jumped in and trying hard to make it out of the lineup?
Well, I would say from a defensive standpoint, Will Dixon, I didn't even want to entertain the thought with him playing third base. He said, I can do it, I'll show you. I said, okay, we'll give you the fall. He got in much better shape. He's in the best shape of his career here by a long shot and working very hard. And, he's really playing a nice third base. He made a great play at Dixie that, stopped a potential big inning. And now if he's a kid, if we can get his bat going a little more consistently, then he'll be in there a lot. But so from a defensive standpoint, maybe there, I think that most guys are meeting the expectations we had for them. I don't think there's really any guys that are too subpar to that. In terms of outright surprises, I wouldn't say so. I think that people who follow us will be surprised at some things that transpire in terms of some guys that end up taking on big roles as the season rolls along. But we'll just see how that plays out.
It looks like Early McGeary is kind of trying to be this year's Stubbings.
Yeah.
Kind of, hey, I'm a freshman, and I'm just as big as you are, or bigger, and I can hit too. And a few times I've seen him, it's like, it's a pretty impressive swing.
Well, he that's why he's here. We brought him because he could hit, and I think in the fall he did just okay. He went through what a lot of freshmen do when they get here. Adjusting to college life, maybe a little intimidated. Who knows? But he's starting to settle in a little bit. In the limited at-bats, he's had 20-some at-bats maybe. He hits the ball hard, and he's tough to strike out, and he's always a threat. So we'll try to grow that a little bit.